Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today I want to talk about, say for instance you're talking to a Filipina and you want to marry her and you met her online. What are some of the ways that you can find out if she's 100% true, meaning that she's talking to you and talking to you only? Well, it's really hard. It's almost impossible to even know. I'm just going to give a few points on things, just my thoughts, and it's my opinion only, as always. So how do you figure it out? Well, the most important thing is the key is FaceTime. Always try to have your wife or your fiance or your girlfriend you're talking to, and this goes for anybody. Get them on the phone and look at the environment, look what they're in, where they're living. Look at the background, look on the walls, look on the ceiling, look on the calendars, look at the kids. Um, of course, you ask your normal questions. How many kids do you have? Mother and father still living? Uh, just the normal questions that you would normally have. Brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. How many did your father have? Children? How many children did your mother have? And things like that. Basically, who's living in the house? How many families living in the house? Are you living by yourself? Are you working? Do you have any friends living with you? You live by and things. The keys is you living by yourself. Who you living with? Do you have any children? That's really a big one. Do you have any children? How many children you have? That's something that gets asked, because sometimes it's happened. Filipino will say they have no children, and they have one, and the sister has the child, and will have the child, and so you have to do your due diligence. How old she is, if she went to college, if she went to school, just background, because she's going to do you the same way. Did you go to college? Did you go to school? Who's with you? Are you living by yourself? You live in an apartment? You live in a house? You have your own car? And you're going to do the same to her. You have your own car? Do you have your own house? Do you have any type of income? Are you living with your family? So just a normal broad spectrum. And everybody pretty well knows to develop a relationship, you're going to have to ask those important questions. Now, sometimes you're going to have Filipina. And just remember, now a lot of times I'm not one of those guys. I could talk to one, two, three, four Filipina at the same time. I'm a one person kind of guy. I can only talk to one Filipina at a time. And what I meant by that, when I was searching online, I couldn't have 6 or 7 conversations going at the same time. So I would really just pick one. And if they didn't reply back, okay, fine. If they replied back and got in conversation, I didn't go to 4, 5, 6 others. But if I had 6 of them there, I would pick the ones and the ones that I think was compatible to, and then go down that road. But I would never eliminate someone. I would go back later. In other words, I would only talk to that person. And the key is have in the morning or in the evening or at midday or whatever your schedule and her schedule is, talk to them 1 or 2 times a day, at least, or every other day, or some type of commitment that you're talking to her on a regular basis. And she would want the same. She's going to make sure that you're not talking to other Filipina. Now, automatically, everybody says this. Are you talking to another Filipina? Are you talking to, she's going to ask you, talking to another Filipina, how many Filipinos you talking to? How many, have you been to the Philippines? Are you coming to the Philippines? You plan on living in the Philippines? Like that. In Filipina, in their mind, they think you're going to have 10 women at the airport waiting for you when you get here. Some Americans do that. Some don't do that. Me, one and only. I figured out a way of talking one at a time, because you can have 3 or 4 conversations with Filipinas because you're trying to find the right person at 2 or 3, different times, because they're going to do the same. But for me, I just found Chicha because she answered my questions correctly, and I answered hers correctly, and I would never lie. The key is never lie. Always be honest. Because a Filipina will always believe in karma. Not all believe in it, but most will always believe in karma. So if you get a Filipina that's interested in you, get her family around. She have Facebook. If she has Facebook, go on her Facebook page. Look, see how many people she's friends with. Look at the guys. Look at the comments. If you see on there, love you, babe, miss you, like that, you're going to start questioning some of the things. Some will say, oh, I only have one Facebook page. Most Filipina have 2, 3, 4, 5 Facebook page. So figure that out. And what they do here is, if your name is Tom, they spell it M-O-T, backwards. So some do it that way, some do it different ways. And she will do the same. She'll ask you. And she wants to know the same. Are you going to be true to me? You have a Facebook page. How many Filipina you're talking to? So it's really both. Filipina and American or foreign, any kind of foreign guy, they're going to ask the same questions. So what you want to do is always just be honest. Never lie to her. And tell her in the beginning, I want honesty. First and foremost, I want always honest. I will always be honest with you. Number 2 is, I will always be faithful to you. I request the same. Number 3 is, if you're not going to be faithful to me, you need to let me know right now. If you have children, you need to let me know now. And I find out down the road that you have children and you lied to me, it's over. So you need to make sure it's all clear in the beginning on all the things that you want. Don't assume anything. Never assume anything. But if you ask the right questions, does she go to church? Find out she goes to church. The main thing is just find out her friends, because she's going to do the same to you. Do you have any friends? Who's your best friend? And you're really, what I'm saying to you about your Filipina, she's going to be saying the same to you. So be prepared. You have, are you religious? A lot of Filipina want religious. And I wanted religious. I wanted a Christian woman. And that was very important to me because that was the base of our relationship for me. Because I knew if she believed in Jesus Christ, for me, I knew our relationship could grow. Because, and what I mean by that, not saying that if they don't go to church or not. I'm saying that for me, I wanted Christian because they know, they go to church, and if they have children, the children go to church, and there's type of camaraderie there, the bonding there. And the thing too is when you come here and you meet the family, you can ask the family many questions, and that's what I do. I would ask the auntie, I would ask the uncle, I would ask the brothers, the sisters, and even if you're in America and you're on Facebook page, say she has, but they all have Facebook page. Every Filipino has a Facebook page. Just like all Americans have Facebook page. I never did, so I never had to worry about it. But I asked so many questions, and I told her in the beginning, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. Please be honest with me, honey. Like that. And she was, and I was honest with her, so I would know. And she's honest. I have a child. That's fine. Okay. Because I had criteria, and I knew the lady I want and age group and things like that. I didn't want a young girl. I wanted someone, more mature. I wanted more OFW for me because they experienced life a little more. I wanted more someone that understands what it's about. I wanted someone that I could talk to. I didn't have to deal with a lot of things because Western women, as you know, there's so much drama with Western women, and I did not want that. I wanted a true blue, family-oriented Christian woman. That's it. And I wanted somebody from the province. And the reason I wanted the province is because they understand what poor is. Because you know what? I was not born rich either. All of us had our problems. Have I made it in life? Sure. I survived, like everybody else does. And someone said to me the other day, we're all homeless on this earth. We're just waiting for him to come take us home. Okay, Facebook page. make sure you find out who, what, when, where on the Facebook page. Then just, you don't have to comment and do all these things with their sisters and friends and all this and other. If there's something going on, you'll find that one is 100% Christian will tell you, just to let you know. I've been a friend of her for years. This is what she's done. And they will tell you. So there are ways of finding out. There are ways of finding out when you're on the phone with her, if she's talking to someone, if she says something. And it's the same with her to you, who's in the car with you, who it's that noise. Oh, that's the radio, honey. Oh, here it is. Look, here, floor, ceiling, wall. It's the radio. Because trust is something that goes on from then until you get here. She's gonna have the trust and you're gonna have the same. The trust is gonna be like this all the time. It's because the doubt will be there every time you talk to her. And the doubt will be the same for her. And the reason why, it's life and what's going on in this world right now. So you have to really do that. Make sure you always get on FaceTime. Make sure you always find out, and her friends will tell you. And always be positive. Never be negative on the phone with your Filipina. They take that, they don't like negative. They hate negative. Always be positive on your phone. You have a bad day, just tell her in the beginning, honey, I'm having a bad day. And she's going to ask you why. Well, this is the reason why, honey. I woke up late, my stomach hurt, and this, that, and other. And she'll understand it. Because a long-distance relationship is the hardest thing in the world to have. And have a relationship long distance. How can you do that? It's almost impossible. So if you found someone you're interested in and it's your girlfriend, and you stick to it, until you get here. And then the big decision is ask the right questions. And when you get here, ask the questions to her mother and brothers and sisters and family members to get an idea on who she is. Because you really want to do that. And if you have an opportunity when you're on FaceTime with her, have her sisters come in. Hi, sis, how are you? So is she a good sister? You just ask any question. Is she a good sister? So you're the oldest, so you're the youngest. Tell me a story happened with her when little. Like that. Tell me what happened. Tell me a good story, something that happened, what she did at school. And you'll find that people open up and they'll tell you a story. So these are just ideas. And this is something that I did, and because she was always at sister's house, and her sisters are always yelling at children, and that's what they yell at children about because they're not listening, And so I'd get one of them on the phone. They just chat. And I knew that it's all true, So my heart felt good. So that's what you have to do. And this video's on 13 minutes already. Wow. Be positive. Oh, also a key to always do this. Try to look nice on the camera. Don't always have hair dirty. Look nice. If you have a dirty shirt, put on a clean shirt. Be nice. Remember the words. Words mean a lot to Filipina. Do not joke. Even American joke. They can take it wrong. I found that out in the beginning. Say, oh, joke, honey, joke, at the end, if she's not laughing. Joke, honey, because they don't understand it. And it's understandable because she don't know you yet. She knows you, but you don't, and you don't know her yet either. But you know each other, but you're not together. The only difference is when you're doing long distance, you're not having the touch. And that's what's missing. And once you have that touch, it all reels in like a flood of water over the top of you. And you feel it like, oh, wow, okay, it all came together. That's what it did for me. So jokes, words, be careful on jokes and words. Always be positive, never be negative, and you'll enjoy every second of it, because I have never regretted coming here. They're wonderful people, wonderful culture, and if you're honest with your Filipina, and if there's a problem, you talk it out. Because my relationship is not 100% positive all the time, because it's life. But Chi-Chi and I talk it about all the time, and it's just the way it is. It's life. Thank you for watching. Please hit subscribe.